16 gigs of VRAM used to be here. Now it's a ghost town. So, obviously, I have not posted in about almost a month. It seems like, I believe, I think it's about a month, right? Point is, there's a reason for that. There's always a reason for that. You know why? Because I'm the reasoner, John Reason. So, basically, let me give you the beginning of everything. So, of March, I believe, of 2025, I had built my new PC. This was right after I had acquired the relic, the artifact, the holy grail that is the 5080 card from Nvidia, right? And this was before the inflations and all the price hikes. So all those prices that you're seeing now is not what I paid when I first got my device for mass amounts of entertainment. In fact, I had paid a fraction of it, and including my RAM also, because everything had to get changed except for my SSD that I had. Even my RAM, I paid $120 worth of RAM. It was banger as fuck. If I was to get that same thing today, yeesh, I would have to spend $500 more. But my point is, uh, back when I first built my PC, I had put it together and I was okay for the first month. And I would say around April, when I updated my NVIDIA drivers, is when all the issues started. Around that time when I updated my drivers, every time I would turn on my PC, I would hear this like sizzling sound in the audio, which was weird. I never heard that before. It was very interesting. Um, and my screen would also like stutter. Like I couldn't have like flawless like mouse tracking for some reason. It was really weird, but I would restart my PC because I would think that was like the fix. And you know what? It was. My PC would just go back to normal the way it was. Now that happened. That kept happening until about like January, the last week of January, and something had happened that was different than before. I had restarted my PC just because that was the fix. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. What had happened next was my PC blue screened. That was a first. So essentially, I was like, "Whoa, that's pretty weird." So I decided to, power off and power back on my PC, and I just could not get back to my desktop. It was essentially my GPU was bricked. It was a glorified brick, a black brick. So it got to the point where I was like, okay, something is serious now. I must do something about this. So I went to Micro Center, right? And essentially what they told me after the diagnosis was that my GPU had microcoding issues. That was very concerning. It was concerning because I didn't know what the heck that meant, in nerd terms, right? I know how to put a PC together. I could probably fix a few like bugs and glitches here and there, but that was a little big brain for me. So, disregarding that, what they had told me, they quoted me to repair my PC, and after replacing, my GPU because apparently it was just in a point of no return, which was kind of insane to even, like say to a customer. But also, I had a corrupted version of Windows 11. What the heck? So not even like replacing my GPU, but I also had to replace my SSD, which was still insane, might I add. But it's stupid to even like see that quote that they gave me. It was $2,700, and keep in mind, I had just moved out, you know, and I'm basically paying some of the bills. I'm splitting it. Honestly, I was so ready to just be like, well, I guess I just don't play games anymore. I guess I don't record videos. If not, I was just gonna segue to a different type of content because that's what it was looking like. It was heading towards. But my friend had the ye old golden idea of seeing if my warranty was still like active, which it was. I mean, I had literally just gotten it like the year prior. but I had it until 2028. So that's what I decided to do. I sent my GPU to Asus and I decided to get it fixed through my warranty. Let me tell you, that was the longest week and a half of my life. Oh my God. Now I finally got the GPU back, but the story doesn't end there. When I got my GPU back, I was like, okay, it's fixed. This is nice. And then I turned it back on, and then I heard the sizzling again. Let me tell. Oh, ooh, ooh. Let me tell you, all the dread came back to me because I already knew what was gonna happen. So I was like, okay, I need to take time to actually dissect my PC and see what the actual heck is going on. So today, actually, of the 22nd of February of the great year of 2026, I had just opened my PC and I just looked around. I just looked at any possible thing. So one of the first things that I saw that stuck out to me was on my motherboard. It pulls up error codes because that's just what it does. And the error code I saw was 08. So I saw the 08 and I was like, you know what? Let me Google this. Let me see what the heck is going on. So it was a multitude of things that it could be. That's just, it's a couple of things. I just had to go out of my way to check it. So I checked it, and one of the things was insufficient power to the GPU. And I should have noticed this earlier because when I would turn on my PC, I would see a red light on it. That should have been my first sign. I don't know why I didn't think it would be a sign to do something, but I just in one eye, out the other, I guess. I don't know. So I decided to look into it. I was like, okay, you know what? Let's look at my power supply. Let's see what exactly could be going wrong here. So that's what I did. I opened up the back of my PC, and I decided to look at this thing. It was 12V HR something power, right? And I was like, okay, let me Google what this means. And essentially, specifically for 4090s and 50 series cards, you essentially have to use that because they draw so much power out. So I was like, all right, let me put my head together. Let me put my meat sandwich of a brain together. So that's what I did. I changed out the cables and I connected it to that 12V, whatever the hell it was. And then also there's another port on my motherboard where essentially it's basically another power usage for the GPU. So that I also plugged that in to help it. And what would you know? It actually fixed all the issues. Who would have thought? So now I'm sitting here, right? My error code is 0 all the way through. I did not hear sizzling. My PC is the most responsive it's been since I've gotten it, and it's just I don't know what to say. Like, why am I so dumb? It's actually insane how dumb I am. like like how do I just don't know. Listen, long story short, if you're going to build a PC, you should probably do some research on what the heck your PC is even about. Because, man, let me tell you, I felt like the biggest idiot when I put all this together and finally cleared my problems. Now, I'm glad I'm getting back to, like, recording videos, but this is just... The things that I had to do to get back to this point were so stupid. It was just... Oh, my God. I wish I told myself this, like, 4 fucking weeks ago. That would have been great. Oh, but anyways, I got my PC again. I could make videos now. And also, I've been just getting back into Returnal. I mean, as you can see from this gameplay, I am balancing both Returnal and League in the background. I don't know why I got back into Returnal. I believe it's because Saros got announced, which is the sequel to this game. Or at least, from the people who made Returnal who's making Saros. So I was like, you know what? Let me get back into this game. So that's what I did. But anyways, that's all I had to say. Like, comment, subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one. Goodbye.